Hey, Dale. It's good to see you. I brought my good friend Eric Moss with me.
Hey, Tommy.
How you doing, Dale?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good.
So, how do you guys know each other?
Oh, I've seen him in the gym a few times and just noticed that his body's changing a little faster than mine, and asked him what he was doing. And he said, "I'd sit down and tell me about it."
Yeah. So, what do you do if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a mortgage lender. I just shuffle paper.
Really?
Yeah. Very exciting job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How's that going? I know that's taken a little bit of a turn here in the industry lately.
Well,
Have you felt that, or?
I have felt it. Fortunately, you know, it hasn't destroyed me yet, but I don't know what's going to happen the next 3 or 4 years down the road, the way the government's getting involved in our compensation levels and everything. They're taking away our ability to be paid, so it's not looking pleasant.
Yeah, I've got some friends that are in the same situation. They're not enjoying the changes either. So, what do you do in your spare time?
Spare time, I really don't have a lot of spare time right now, but if I should find some, I like watching TV, golfing, and just sitting around smoking a cigar.
Yeah. So, you're not getting out to golf very much, though, huh?
No, not at all.
No. I'm sure you'd like to have that change. I like to golf too. I'm terrible at it, but love to get out there.
Well, I would love to have the chance to play right now, so when I have the ability to play later, when I retire, if I retire, then I can start playing.
Right. Where do you get out to play, if you get out to play?
Just various courses.
Yeah. Yeah, you ever been down here to Moccasin Bend?
I have, yes.
Yeah, I like that one. Wide open. Can't lose too many balls.
Exactly. It's cost effective.
Yes, especially when you hit the way I do.
Well, me too.
Well, I don't know what Tommy has shared with you, but Tommy can tell you a little bit about what's kind of happened for him with AdvoCare here, and we'll see if what we've got makes sense for you, and try to fill in any blanks and see how it lines up for you. But he can tell you kind of what he's seen and what he's doing.
Well, Eric, being my sponsor, he introduced this company to me and the product, and I was a skeptic. So when I got on the product, I started immediately on a 24-day challenge, and I had lost in the course of 17 weeks, I went from 223 pounds down to 187 pounds. You know, and I felt better than I had since I was in high school. And, you know, I became a believer in that, and he had shared the business opportunity with me, and I had made $615 my first month in business. And over the course of the year, I'm up to making around an average of $2,000 a month now. And what it's going to allow me to do is to put my son into a private school and to be able to take him places in the world, you know, that he wants to go, and be able to see things and do things that most people only see in a book or in a magazine or on the internet. And, you know, and I wanted to be able to share that with as many people as possible. And I just wanted to introduce you to Eric, who has worked with, you know, literally thousands of people and helped them with their physical needs and also with their financial needs, me being one of them. He's helped people within this company win bonuses. He's been published in magazines for weight loss stories. And I don't want to take any of his thunder, but he has been a real asset to me, and this may or may not be for you. I don't know, but I'm going to let him tell you about the business opportunity here.
Great.
First of all, I made something for you before we came in here, so I'll let you try some of that. You're going to love that.
That's very good.
Glad you liked it. I made it myself. Kind of give you a background on me, so this kind of makes some sense. As I spent the last 18 years working for myself as a private business consultant, and my concept of success was giving the clients more than what they're paying for, figuring the money will follow. Well, I went to a company after 7 years in existence, and it was stuck at about $1.2 million in revenues. After 27 months, we had up to $8.5 million with a $752,000 net profit that last year alone. Well, the owner gave me a bonus of helping him to do what he couldn't get done in the first 7 years of $500. Well, Dale, the day I got that check, I knew if I wanted things to be different, I was going to have to do something different. If I wanted things to change, I was going to have to change. And it just showed that I was going to have to put full control of my future and my destiny in my hands. So I started taking a look at AdvoCare, and that's kind of what's brought us here today. He's shared with you a little bit about what's happened for him. We started in May of last year, and from May to August went from zero in income to $3,000, and if it continues the way it's going right now, that's about $20,000 a month by the end of this year. Now, with that said, before we even worry about the company or the business or what's going on here, let me ask you this. Are you currently living exactly how you would like to live, or are there some things you'd like to add to your life? Because if you've got everything set up the way you want it to be, what we have probably isn't for you. But if there's some gaps in where you're at and where you'd like to be, there might be something that we have that would make sense for you, and we'd be glad to help you to get that if it makes sense. So if there's something you could add into your life or take away from your life that's currently there, what would some of those changes be for you?
I would like to know how you're going to accomplish that much money in that short a time.
Well, I'm glad you asked that. It's really not even about me. This company set up a system that whether someone has a PhD, college degree, or GED, someone can step right into it, and because these products actually work, and Tommy and I have choked down enough stuff that doesn't work, well, it makes sense that there's an income that can be made. Well, here's some friends of ours from Ohio, Todd and Shannon Barber. They got started with it about a year ago, simply because Todd went to get some basketball shoes for his son, and his son pulled the shoes up that his whole team was getting, so of course he wanted to have the same pair. And Todd couldn't afford it because Todd had $40 in his checking account with 5 children. Well, in the first 12 months, they made $187,000 simply because these products actually do what they say they do.
That's amazing.
Not only that, another friend of mine, Jason and Angela Pinnell, he's a youth pastor out of Nashville. They needed to do some things to change their financial situation, so they got to work. Let me show you what he did. They just had their 3rd child 2 days ago, as a matter of fact, so he's busy raising a family as well as being a youth pastor. He's been working at 2.5 years, and they made $373,000 there. So it's really not about how I'm going to do it. It's just about how fast I'm going to work this system that they have in here. And for me, I want to make some changes, and I want to free up my time. I love to hunt, and I especially love to duck and goose hunt. So if I just put the pedal to the metal, take some of my discretionary time and go out there and share the message that, hey, there is an opportunity. People do have options now financially, or they do have options now for their weight, or they do have options now for their energy. People are getting paid at a very substantial level here in AdvoCare. So it's really not about me and how I'm going to do it. It's about how everyone else is doing it. So that is how we know that this is possible. So with that said, if there were some things in your life that you'd like out of your life, or some things not currently in your life, not things you're not experiencing, possibly like golf, what would be some of those things that you'd like to see change for you?
I would like to see a source of income coming in for retirement for me, because I'm 52 years old right now. I don't want to continue having to work another 20 years. I can't see myself being a greeter at Walmart.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything in your life currently that you'd like removed, be it debt or too many hours at work?
Well, there's definitely too many hours at work, and debt will always seem to be an issue.
Okay. Well, that's a great thing about what we're doing here too, because there's a whole culture of people across America right now that are becoming totally debt-free. And when I say debt-free, I don't mean debt-free except for the mortgage. I mean debt-free including the mortgage. And they're full-time stay-at-home parents, or they're golfing 5 or 6 times a week, or they're hunting anytime they want. And what we're doing is we're just plugging into that system. So if there are some changes you want to make, you can certainly have that happen here, because the gentleman that started this company didn't start it because he needed money. He started it because he wanted to allow average people a vehicle to do extraordinary things. Because you need to know this. I never wanted to be a vitamin salesman. I still don't want to be a vitamin salesman. I'm never going to want to be a vitamin salesman. No, it's a vehicle. That's the best question you've asked all day. If this was vitamins, I'm glad you asked that. Aren't you glad you asked that? Because it's not. It's just a vehicle. It's a bridge to get me from where I'm at to where I'm going, which is the same as Jason and Angela did, and Todd and Shannon. So it's a vehicle that we use that just happens to be a focal point for all the people across America right now, which is they want energy, they need energy, they want weight loss, they want better health, they want more income than they're currently making for themselves, and they want to get out of debt so they have more freedom. So it's really not about products at all. You know, the products are the best on the planet. We know that. There's no question about that. There's a reason these products are in 32 out of 32 NFL locker rooms. There's a reason this company has got more unpaid endorsers than Nike. We're fortunate that we're hooked up with the best products on the planet, but really, this is a vehicle. It's an opportunity for him to send his son anywhere across the world that he wants, as opposed to looking at pictures on the internet. It's an opportunity for him to put his son into Christian school. It's an opportunity for me to spend more time duck and goose hunting. And if what you're looking at makes sense for you in your life, it's an opportunity for you to get less work hours, more money, and more time golfing, if that's what makes sense for you.
It does.
But the thing that makes this duplicatable and transferable, because it's a real simple system. I don't know anything about science, and that was going to be a deal breaker with me. If I had to know something about ingredients, I wasn't in it, because I didn't like science in school and I don't like it now. There's just a system in place, and we're just the messengers out there sharing the message with people that they have some options. And let me show you what happens when someone actually plugs into the system and works here. This is where we show Danny and Diane's or Bob and Jenny's some income video. So after he sees that, for me, I like to start off with Danny and Diane's video. It would go like this. Now, a lot of people see income like this and see people like this and say, oh, great, that was the right place, right time couple of this company. Well, that's not true at all, because I'm going to show you the people that they mentored. Bob and Jenny Donnelly did the same thing. And here I click on Bob and Jenny. And now Bob and Jenny's going to show